I am a professor at an online university, the University of Philosophical Research in LA. I teach mystical traditions and contemplative practices. I am putting this film on my students' reading and watching list for class. I was about 15 when I first read Autobiography of a Yogi, and it changed my worldview on wisdom, spirituality, meditation and consciousness. Paramahansas' spirit continues to speak to us through this film. And I also liked all the interviews seamlessly included, along with the music. Thank you too, George Harrison. Your spirit and music live on as well. Love Yogananda. Been to his place of rest at Forest Lawn in Los Angeles, a beautiful place to visit. I really liked this documentary. It is certainly not like the book. The book has a lot more details about his experiences as a yogi. I was looking for more mysticism and the parts unknown to us that is so explicit in the book, and yet it was still beautiful, rich in culture and history of Yoganandas. I absolutely love this film. I never tire of seeing it. Extremely well done portrayal of a spiritual giant. Men like Paramahansa Yogananda are as rare in the world as can be counted on fingers. My only complaint is the producers did not discuss the incorruptibility of Yogananda's body after death that was unique in the world's records of mortuary history. What a wonderfully done documentary. I first stumbled upon Yogananda when I moved to LA. I saw an article about Steve Jobs handing out his book at his funeral, and purchased it. Suddenly, I kept meeting people who spoke about Yogananda and Lake Shrine, and the Self-Realization Fellowship out here. It really piqued my interest and I kept reading. Now seeing the documentary, just really hits home with me. I am blessed to have found mentorship in metaphysics as I have sought my entire life. After you watch the documentary, if it speaks to you, read his book, Autobiography of a Yogi. It's very profound and very thought-provoking around Jesus and Christ, Krishna. Felt the Alanis Morissette song at the end was unnecessary. Also the life of one of his current brahmacharis, unnecessary and uninteresting. Some of the music was too rock and roll. That was not his life, that was the life of whoever hired the person to do the music. Other than that, amazing life, amazing yoga exercises for full body rejuvenation and health. Thank you Paramahamsa Yogananda. American journalism has now been greatly understood as dishonest. Wish they knew back then when they were defaming your kind service. I will share yoga with the world, and your beautiful presence by the ocean of San Diego lives on. Om Yogananda Om. If you ever used a Steve Jobs product or wondered who was he, this is the documentary to watch to know the man behind all his inspirations. Yogananda remains to be an influencer to many truth seekers. You can't review an iconic figure enough. A must-watch documentary. This film is not just about Yogananda. It's much more. It touches on so many important historical, cultural, and spiritual topics. The spine and brain is where the Lord dwells. Yoga's goals. Understanding God and conscious energy. The role Los Angeles has played in the Western mind's awakening and incorporation of Eastern thought into a new universal paradigm. So helpful in my research. I watched this after reading Autobiography of a Yogi, and it's great to be able to hear his voice, see clips of him when he was alive, and see how his work has reached across the globe. Really cool documentary. Click Click link in description for more reviews.